What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. Today, the video, a very first of its kind, where we sit back, relax, take a look at some of the news, talk about fundamentals related to crypto, of course, and then see if it's having some kind of impact on the market or not, or if it's going to have an impact in the future or not. So stay tuned. It's going to be an interesting video. Sit back, relax, and let your boy do the work. And also, before we start the video, there's going to be a link in the description and in the first comment below, which will take you to Binance.com, which is the world's biggest crypto exchange. If you're a crypto trader like me and you like to buy, sell, transfer, whatever crypto, you can do so on Binance.com. But if you sign up using my link, you will be able to save 20% on every transaction fee that you have to pay. So please go ahead, make sure you take advantage of that, and you'll be able to save 20% on every transaction. Now let's jump into the video. So the very first thing I want to talk about today is Twitter. Now, I don't know if you guys know or not, but Twitter on the 30th of June released 140 NFTs. And that's not even the shocking part. The shocking part is that all of them are for free. So before we talk about what Twitter actually did with the NFTs, let's take a look if it is actually true or not. It says Twitter unexpectedly releases 140 NFTs. Of course, it was unexpected because they never talked about it. Did they tweet anything that was hinting towards them releasing 140 NFTs? Of course not. And then also releasing a limited number of NFTs, referring to their previous character limit, which was 140. Nobody saw this coming. At least not me. And it also says that Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, still doesn't like Ethereum. And why is that? We'll take a look at that as well. So this over here talks about what some of the NFTs are and what they are referring to. For example, one of the NFTs released is referring back to the first ever tweet by the Twitter's CEO, Jack Dorsey, and some of the NFTs show, or at least one of them, where the Twitter's logo has evolved, right? They gave it a furry makeover, which I'll show you guys just in a bit. Now, the second part of the article, which is very interesting, says that the CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, is all about crypto, right? He's a crypto enthusiast. He's big on crypto. He's big on NFTs, of course, considering that their platform just released 140 of them, also for free. But when somebody said it is only a matter of time before Dorsey invests in Ethereum, the tech entrepreneur simply replied no. So this shows that the Twitter CEO is not a fan of Ethereum, considering that NFTs are supposed to be or mostly based on Ethereum blockchain. I have no idea why the guy hates it, why the guy hates Ethereum. I guess that's something we'll find out in the future. But for now, let's take a look at the NFTs that Twitter released. So if we go to twitter.com and go to the official Twitter account, you guys can see on June the 30th, Twitter tweeted 140 free NFTs for 140 of you besties, and they shared this GIF where they are showing some of their NFTs. And if you click on the thread, you will see that people simply just replied to them. For example, this guy, I would gladly take on one of these. Without Twitter, I wouldn't have found this amazing space of NFTs. Imagine trying to buy and sell NFTs without Twitter. You can't. And then Twitter replied to them, imagine us DMing you. Oh, wait, we're about to. Which means they are going to send this guy one of the NFTs, right? And then same about this guy sliding into your DMs because we might give you one. The same over here, and the same over here, the same over here. Birthday guy, this guy got, wait, is that a woman? I think that's a woman. Okay, and then the same over here. And so a bunch of people, and that's simply how a bunch of people got NFTs, right? 100 or 140 of them. Did you guys get lucky? I didn't even know this happened. Until I read the news this morning, the article, I had no idea this even happened. So if some of you got lucky, or even one of you, please let me know in the comments below. So in another news, which I'm pretty sure just made a lot of people happy, it seems that Robinhood has been ordered to pay $70 million in fines. And the fine was issued by none other than FINRA itself, which is the Financial Industry Regulatory Association. and this is the largest penalty they have ever given to a firm. And FINRA justified this penalty by saying that some of the Robinhood customers suffered widespread and significant harm. And it also said that the company was relaying false or misleading information to its customers. Now, also, we know the very famous thing that has happened recently, and it also kind of relates to that when FINRA said that millions of people were affected by system outages that affected the company back in March 2020, the month of the crypto flash crash. Now, whether it was that big of a deal back then or not, but we certainly saw that what happened with GameStop stock. We also saw what happened with Dogecoin recently when it started skyrocketing. People were unable to buy, their orders weren't going through, and it was just a big mess. And so many people suffered huge losses. And there was also a very big uncertainty in the market that such a big firm was able to do this and nobody was able to do or say anything about it, right? Of course, people took it to the social media. They were talking about it. They were letting their anger out. But I think the CEO of Robinhood even gave an interview, which was him basically saying that, I don't know, I don't care. I don't know. It seemed like that to me, at least. So nothing really happened after that then, right? And so this move clearly shows that nobody is safe, right? Even if you're a big firm, you have millions and if not billions of dollars being invested. And so it doesn't really matter how big or how small of a firm you are, right? There are going to be consequences. If you are going to treat people or your customers like that, you will have to face the consequences. And a very interesting thing also, the regulator's executive vice president, Jessica Hopper, said, so what she's basically saying is that compliance with these rules is not optional. Whether a firm wants to comply with these rules or not is not an option. They have to comply and they have to follow and implement these rules no matter what. And so I think that is a very good thing, because considering that crypto is just getting bigger, right? And these firms whose pure business model is to allow people to trade on their platform, if these big firms are not going to comply and they're going to cheat and fraud their customers like that, I don't know if people are going to feel safe investing their money into the crypto in the coming future, right? If anything, this is going to make people more hesitant. And the people who got affected by this move of Robinhood, some of them were students, some of them were saving the money for rent, some of them were paying their bills. And so that is not a smart move anyways, right? To invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Whatever Robinhood did was just dirty, right? It was just, there's no way of justifying it whatsoever. Anyways, went on a bit of a rant over there. I'm sorry. I apologize about that. Let's move forward. And so the last thing I want to talk about today is this article over here, which says that institutional demand for Bitcoin slow as market fights for support, Glassnode says. This article basically says that institutions are not investing their money into Bitcoin right now like they did back in 2020 and also in the starting of 2021 and the beginning of 2021. And so Bitcoin is right now struggling to find a support. However, this is one thing I would like to drive the attention to, because it says one significant upcoming milestone will come in the middle of July when a substantial number of investors in the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust will be given an opportunity to sell their funds. Now, if you guys don't know what GBT is, basically it's Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. It's a trust that was created for people who like to buy things off of the stock market. So Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is enlisted on the US stock market. But let me give you guys a little bit of detail how this GBT or Grayscale Bitcoin works, right? So you invest or you buy stocks. Let's say you buy some stock into the GBTC, right? Yeah. So let's say you buy some stocks into the GBTC. You are not able to sell within 6 months. You are able to sell whatever you have invested your money in after 6 months. The next part explains how that is a very big deal, because qualified investors who purchase shares from Grayscale are able to sell them publicly after 6 months, and $1.7 billion flowed into its fund back in January. Now, of course, not all the people are going to sell, right? 1.7 billion, but imagine 0.7 billion right? Or just 1 billion? What kind of impact is that going to have on Bitcoin? I guess we'll find out, because starting today is the 1st of July. There's only 2 weeks left. So in the coming 2 weeks, we'll see what's going to happen with Bitcoin. So I guess the coming 2 weeks are going to be very crucial for Bitcoin investors and Bitcoin hodlers. And so if Bitcoin is impacted, what's going to happen to the altcoins? Now that is also a very interesting thing. But yeah, that is it, guys, for today's video. 3 topics that I wanted to share with you guys, just some of my feedback on the topics as well. I'll be very interested in what you guys have to think about this, right? The things that I talked about today. So please let me know in the comments. Go ahead and share your views. Please let me know if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this. I definitely am. It's a very good opportunity for me to increase my knowledge about this huge potential market in the future, definitely. And so yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.